Welcome to Africa channel. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to help us.
The new Kona's eye-popping looks combine with an equally eye-popping price. The subcompact SUV class is exploding, as it's now the de facto entry point for many brands that either walked away from small cars, Ford, or never had them, Jeep. As the small SUV space evolves, its top entrants grow in size. Just look at the most recent Honda HR-V, Mazda CX-30, and Chevrolet Trax. And except for the Chevy, prices for these bottom basement SUVs have also swelled. Hyundai's new 2024 Kona joins the Trax in bucking the price-size spiral. It's slightly cheaper than before, yet notably larger and better. That is, with a big caveat we'll explain in a bit. Having tested a 2024 Hyundai Kona N-Line variant at this year's Motor Trend SUV of the Year event, we're making our way through the rest of the lineup, and next up for our full testing regimen is this 2024 Hyundai Kona Limited with optional all-wheel drive. It sits atop the gas-powered Kona lineup and demands the most money you can spend on a Kona that isn't electric. The Kona EV is priced higher. The Limited gets the same carryover turbocharged 1.6-liter i4 engine, making 190 horsepower and 195 pounds-to-foot of torque, and the same new 8-speed automatic transmission as the N-Line, pairing it to a more forgiving suspension and toned-down styling free of wings and things, making it a better all-arounder with broader appeal. Every 2024 Hyundai Kona, from the entry-level SE and Cell to the N-Line to this Limited to the electric model, see a 2.3-inch wheelbase stretch and the adoption of futuristic full-width lighting front and rear. The front light bar serves as the Kona's running lamp, and the center part doesn't light when the car is in motion, leaving actual headlighting duties to the lower headlight elements. Just like on the previous Kona, angular fender bulges match a triangular theme to smaller trim pieces all over the exterior and lend the Kona a sharp, modern vibe. Several gas station commenters expressed surprise our test Kona wasn't an EV, a sure sign Hyundai's design team nailed this one. The EV visual association is no accident. The actual Kona EV looks almost the same, and for this generation, Hyundai designed the Kona family around the EV, with the gas models being finished after the electric version rather than the other way around. All are bigger inside, thanks to the wheelbase extension, with rear passengers benefiting from 3.1 inches more legroom and the cargo area swelling by 6.3 cubic feet to 25.5 cubes. But not all Konas are built the same. The base SE and mid-level Cell Konas use a so-so 2.0-liter i4 engine that huffs along without turbocharged assistance. Those Konas also make do with more traditional interior layouts, with a console-mounted shift lever that leaves behind less room for storage than the electronic steering column stock shifters free up in the N-Line, EV, and Limited versions. These variants get open console bins with retractable cup holders. Much like the unit in Hyundai's electric ioniq models, the end of the shifter is a twist knob. Forward and backward calls up drive and reverse, while pressing on the end of the knob engages park. Be warned, newbies will assuredly yank on the entire stock instead, mistaking it for an old-school column shifter or the wand-type piece used in earlier Teslas, so it's a good thing it feels so sturdy. Once you know the knob, it's quick and easy to use, its location pleasantly steering wheel proximate. The powertrain it engages also pleases drivers. For this second-generation Kona, Hyundai ditched the old turbo model's 7-speed dual-clutch automatic for a traditional torque converter 8-speed auto transmission. This dulls the 1.6-liter i4's jumpy off-the-line behavior somewhat while also smoothing shift action over last year's jerkier dual-clutch. Dipping into the throttle too abruptly still results in a lumpen surge of mid-range engine torque, but the transmission slips neatly into successive gears rather than crashing into them the way the old dual-clutch unit did. There's more work to be done, though. The 8-speed takes its time with downshifts, but most customers won't drive this commuter hard enough to notice. With the same output as last year, a less sporty transmission format, and about 200 pounds more mass, thanks, extra length. The 2024 Hyundai Kona Limited is, unsurprisingly, slower. In our testing, the Limited reached 60 miles per hour in 7.7 seconds, 0.4 seconds slower than a 2022 Kona N-Line. The 2024 N-Line similarly underperformed relative to its predecessor, delivering a markedly slower 8.5-second rip to 60 miles per hour on par with Chevrolet's 137 horsepower, 3-cylinder Trax. We still like this engine, surging and all, for its smooth and willing behavior that elevates the Kona's driving experience significantly over the workaday 2.0-liter in the SE and Cell variants. And even though the 2024 Hyundai Kona Limited's braking distance from 60 miles per hour and skid pad grip failed to match its predecessor's figures, to a class average 118 feet and 0.83 grams, in practice the little SUV drives smartly, with firm brake pedal action and a squirty, fun-to-drive demeanor. It has enough body lean in corners and suppleness to its ride motions, not to mention surprisingly quiet over-the-road noise levels, to seem refined. Yet Hyundai hasn't ironed out the Kona's busy behavior over notably bad pavement. Washboard surfaces still reveal a shortage of damping, especially on rebound, so you'll experience some will hop and a bounding sensation after larger amplitude events such as speed bumps. We have few complaints about the Kona itself. The updated interior's dual 12.3-inch displays look great and work with the same straightforward nature as they do in every other Hyundai product they're found in, many. As in recent lower-priced GM products, these screens, plus well-integrated LED ambient lighting, elevate the Kona's innards, helping you forget the hard plastics on the door panels. Even better, there are plenty of physical controls on the dashboard and center console, including volume and tuning knobs, so not only are the new digs attractive, but they're also all very usable. The cabin feels much larger than the previous Konas even though front passenger space is only improved slightly. Rear space is much better and way more adult-friendly. One drawback? Despite the longer rear door openings and roomier back seat, threading a car seat in there took some back-straining Tetrising on our part. So where's the Kona's liability? Price. But wait, didn't we say at the beginning its price hadn't ballooned like some competitors? Yes, on paper, but the turbo engine is restricted to the N-line and limited versions, placing the de facto price of entry for a Kona you'd actually want at the former's $31,985 MSRP, add $1,500 for all-wheel drive. That's a far cry from the SE's $25,453 base price and at least $1,000 more than you'd spend on the priciest equivalent Honda HR-V or Toyota Corolla Cross. This limited version starts at $32,985. And with our test car's AWD and carpeted floor mats added, it swells to $34,695. That's firmly in one size-up compact SUV territory. The 2024 Hyundai Kona's eye-catching looks, well-laid-out interior, turbo engine, and rich features list: leather, heated and ventilated front seats, heated steering wheel, navigation, automatic climate control, a full suite of active safety features, and more, do their best to justify the cost premium. But this is still a mainstream subcompact SUV that comes in at $35,000. So before you accuse us of screaming into the void about escalating new car prices one more time, note those prices aren't intractable. Chevrolet shows as much with its larger tracks, another turbocharged, plus-sized member of the Kona's same class with outsized style, even more interior space, and nicer ride quality. Sure, the Hyundai beats it on power and offers AWD, the Chevy doesn't, and the Limited comes with luxury car features. But it also costs nearly $10,000 more than the priciest tracks, which is a lot of money for shoppers in this space.
We have come to the end of the video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel to help us.